What's up, YouTube? It's me, your boy Squiddy, and today we're going to talk about the Ninja archetype. So we're getting some cool new Ninja support in the upcoming Photon Hypernova booster pack that drops, I believe, in a couple of weeks. So this is actually coming soon, and Ninjas are actually doing all right in the OCG. You know, having tier limits being finally nerfed a billion gazillion times in their format meant that some lesser known decks like this deck can actually shine. So we are actually getting, I think, 3 new cards in the form of a fusion, a effect monster, and I believe the spell card as well. Unless, no, wait, the spell card's already out, actually, I think. So I think it's just these 2 monsters and then maybe another monster. But anyways, some of these monsters came out in the recent pack, in the Darkwing Blast pack, and it was really sort of below the radar because of the fact that everyone thought that ninjas were just trash, which they kind of are currently, but with the new cards, they're actually somewhat playable. So really quickly, for those of you guys that don't know what ninjas do, this is Ninja Grandmaster Hanzo. It's one of the original ninjas that were released probably like 10 years ago, and it's the main Straddle searcher for the deck. It's a level 4 1800 warrior. When it's normal summoned, you can add one ninjutsu art card from your deck to your hand, so that adds you, ninjutsu notebook or any of the traps. And then the other effect is when this is flip or special summoned, you can add one ninja monster from your deck to the hand, except itself. So it kind of has some dual utility there. If it's special summon, obviously, you can add a ninja monster, and then when it's normal, you can add a spell or a trap. We have Mitsu, the insect ninja. This is one of the new ones from Darkwing Blast. It's a level 2 water insect type. So these are all different types as well, which is kind of interesting. Some of them are warrior, and then others are wing beast and insects. Kind of funny. And this card effect is if you control a ninja card or a face down defense position monster, you can special summon this card from your hand as an activated effect. And then when your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can target one face down defense position monster you control, change it to face up defense mode. And if you do, change this card to face down defense mode. Then, if the targeted card that was flip face up was a ninja monster, except for Mitsu the insect ninja, you can negate that opponent's activated effect. So it's a quick play negate from anywhere. You can negate the mirror in the hand, you can negate graveyard effects. It doesn't destroy, but it still negates, which is pretty good, and so hard once per turn. Other card, new in Darkwing Blast, Toberi, the Sky Ninja. It's a level 1/0/0 Wing Beast. This card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect the turn it's special summoned or flipped face up. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. You can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. Cost, special summon one ninja monster from your hand in face up or face down defense mode. And then the other effect is during your opponent's main or battle phase quick effect, you can fusion summon one ninja monster from your extra deck using materials from your hand or field. So kind of interesting. These 2 monsters are very important. And then we have some of the one-ofs. Baku the Beast Ninja. It's a level 3 Wind Beast with 1500. If this card is added to your hand except by drawing it, you can special summon it. If this card is special summoned or flip face up, you can target one ninja or one ninjutsu art card from your graveyard. Or face up spell or trap zone, except Baku, the Beast Ninja, return it to your hand. You can only use the effect once per turn. So the first thing that you kind of notice is that if you have Hanzo and you special summon it and then you add Baku, you can instantly special summon Baku and then add back a ninja card from your graveyard to your hand. So it's pretty cool. Nice little extender there. And it instantly gives you 2 ninja names on the field if you're able to summon out Hanzo by special summon. Kagero, the Cannon Ninja. This is a level 4 warrior, fire, 1600. If this is normal summon, special summon, or flip face up, you can special summon one ninja monster from your hand or graveyard and face down defense position, except Kagero the Cannon Ninja. So it's a non-targeting effect because it special summons from hand as well. Kind of nice there. And then when your opponent activates a card or effect that targets exactly one ninja card or exactly one face down defense position monster you control while this card is in your graveyard, quick effect, you can special summon this card in face down defense mode from your graveyard. And if you do, return that targeted card to the hand. And it's a hard ones per turn. So it's kind of nice to have this in your graveyard, being able to protect your monster from being targeted. You can just bounce them back and then special summon this back to the field. So it's a lot of like resource management there. Your opponent just goes minus on their target. Obviously, like a lot of times, in the format, if they're targeting, they're trying to get rid of something, so you're going to get rid of it anyway, so it doesn't really help in that sense, but it's nice for the recursion. And then also the effect where you can special summon a monster from your graveyard back to the field. And one thing to note is that these fusion monsters can actually be special summoned by tributing ninja monsters you control, so you don't use polymerization. And you can actually tribute face down monsters as well to special summon them. So that means that this special summoning in face down defense mode doesn't really matter because you can instantly tribute them off for one of your fusion monsters. And one of the new cards we're getting is Geo, the Weighted Ninja. This is kind of a brick, given that's level 8, so you really have to either normal summon it by tributing 2, or special summon it using Tabari, which is kind of nice that you can at least get it out of your hand. It's a rock level 8, 2300 with 2900 defense, so it's usually special summon in defense mode. If this card is normal summon, special summon, or flip face up, you can target up to 2 face up monsters on the field, change them to face down defense position, and then opponents' monsters that were changed to face down defense mode by this effect cannot change their battle positions. So that's really, really nice, being able to tutor this out on your opponent's turn to interrupt their plays. We know that book effects are really good against decks like the Pure Cashier deck because of the fact that they control a monster and they're face down, so they can't XYZ summon, and they cannot special summon other Cashiers because they control a monster. And them not being able to flip it up is really nice as well. Obviously, they can't flip it and then, continue to do their plays. And then the other onboard effect is if another monster on the field is flipped face up while this monster is face up on the field, you can target one card your opponent controls, destroy it. So if you have this face up on the board and then later on you flip summon a ninja monster or somehow flip one, you can pop any card on the field. And it's a hard once per turn for most effects. And then I'm playing a bunch of hand traps because I think the hand trap, in the metagame, you really just require hand traps. A lot of the decks are just so absurdly powerful. I mean, maybe another thing I would think about is board breakers in this deck, but I didn't really know what to play. So I just put in a bunch of hand traps, 3 Ash, 3 Whaler, and then 2 Nib. The Nib is decently good against the Pure Cashier deck as well as the Sprites, but it's quite awful against the Flunder deck, and it's not great against tier limits when they get Rukelos. But one of the nice things when you have a Bistio and the Nibiru is when they go to Fusion and they have Kick Kalos in the graveyard, on their second name activation, you can actually use a Bistio on the Kick Kalos. So then that way they have no way of getting a Rukelos, and then you just wait until they do other plays and you can Nibiru at the end of, basically at the end of the turn. So that's one thing that you should keep track of. Shout out to Joshua Smith, who kind of mentioned that, I think, in one of his regional videos. And then 2 Drewsworm and 1 Lubellion. One thing I like about playing 1 Lubellion is it's essentially a way for you to get Magnemite to tutor itself. So if you go Magnemite in their turn, end phase effect, you can search a copy of Lubellion, then your turn pitch it for another copy of Magnemite, and you have basically another Magnemite and another Bistio. So you're off 1 Bistio, you're getting basically 3 Bistios. So I always like playing this in decks that can manage to do that, because being able to tutor another Magnemite I find is pretty broken. But if you don't like it, you can always play another copy of Nibiru or something else that fits. 3 Prosperity, because one of the things that this deck kind of struggles with is getting the monster name into your hand. We know that Ninja Grandmaster Hanzo does that, but it has to be special summoned, which often requires, another extender like Tabari the Sky Ninja, so it's kind of hard to do on its own. When it's normal, you can only add a Ninjutsu spell card, so that's not really as good. So Pot of Prosperity kind of fills that void. It digs for your combo pieces. This is kind of like a control deck, guys, but it also has a lot of combos, so you do need the combo pieces. That's where Pot of Prosperity really shines. And then the other thing that it combos really well with is Baku the Beast Ninja. If this card is added to your hand except by drawing it, you can special it. So that includes for Prosperity's effect. It would count by you adding it to your hand without drawing it. So you can special summon it instantly, add back a ninja card from your graveyard to your hand, and then get a free extender. So I thought that was really cool. So Prosperity obviously really, really good for that. And then we're playing 3 Ninjutsu Art Notebook of Mystery. So this is a card that came out recently as well. This is a quick play spell card, which is pretty good. If your opponent controls a card, you can set up to 1 ninja monster and up to 1 ninjutsu spell or trap, except this card. These cards can come from your deck and or graveyard, but only 1 can come from each. So you're setting 1 monster from your deck, 1 spell card from your graveyard, or vice versa. It has to be 1 of each. And it says up to 1, so you can do 1 from the deck and then 0 from the graveyard, and vice versa, if I'm not mistaken. Or if they shuffle back like one of your targets with a Shizu effects, you can still resolve the effect and set 1 from your deck. And then the other effect is sort of passive. If this set card on the field is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 face-up monster on the field, change it to face-down defense mode, and it's a hard once per turn. So this being a quick play, the first thing that kind of comes to mind when I read it is that it's obviously better going second because your opponent would always control a card. So you could typically maybe try building this deck to go second, but I just find like with tier limits being such a driving force in the metagame, as well as Cash Tira being able to put warrants, I think that this deck should still try and go first. And obviously, there are a lot of cards that do something on your turn, like tier limits have this. They can put monsters on the field. So then this instantly becomes live. It's also live if your opponent plays something like Infinite Impermanence, because that puts a card on their field. So you can chain this because it's a quick play spell card. So guys, keep that in mind, because that is a common thing that you might see in the metagame is Impermanence. So then this just becomes live on your turn. You get to set one ninja from your deck and then one ninja spell card, which we only have one target. Well, one spell target. We do have these traps as well, so that's really good on turn 1. So you can set those instantly. And again, we can tribute the face down ninja monsters to fusion summon these fusions. So it comes in really clutch there. It's essentially giving you another extender on the table, which is very nice. Ninjutsu Art Tool, Iron Digger. This is one of the newer cards as well. It's an equipped spell card. The equipped monster gains 500 attack. Also, it's treated as a ninja monster. So you can equip this to anything, and then it becomes a ninja. Kind of funny. You can only use the effects once per turn. You can banish one ninja monster from your graveyard, then target one card on the field, destroy it. So that's pretty good. It's a removal. And then the other effect is if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target one of your banished ninja monsters, add it to your hand, or special summon it in face down defense position. So this is like a searchable way to special summon one of your banished ninja monsters. We can search it with a plethora of ways, with Notebook of Mystery, with Hanzo's effect when he's normaled. We can also set it with the effect of Ninja Grandmaster Saizo, which is the link monster for ninjas. So really nice to have, really nice tool, a lot of utility. You can get the effect to special summon when you link off the monster that it's equipped to, or when you fusion summon and get it, this to the graveyard, or when you even pop this by its own effect, if you have to just pop it to resurrect another ninja as your second name. And then we're playing one reinforcement because we have access to Hanzo as well as the other warrior monster, which is Kagero the Cannon Ninja. Called by the Grave, just generic. Imperm, more hand traps. And then we're playing one Ninjutsu Art of Dancing Leaves. Okay, this is the new card that I was thinking of that's coming out in the new set. This is a trap card, continuous. Activate by targeting one ninja monster or one face-down defense position monster on the field. So on either player's side of the field. You contribute it, and if you do, special summon one ninja monster from your deck. And then when this card leaves the field, send that monster to the graveyard. The other effect is you can target one Ninjutsu Art, continuous spell or trap in your spell or trap zone, return to the hand. So it's kind of useful. You can obviously return your other copies of the trap cards. I think you can also return itself, which is kind of cool. Yeah, you can actually. But I'm not sure. I guess it's trap, so you can't actually do that on the same turn. That's kind of interesting. You can constantly recycle this with its own effect. That's really, really cool. Target one spell or trap card. Yeah, I didn't even notice you could do that. Okay, that's really cool. So this is really nice because you contribute your opponent's monster. If you play something like Book of Moon or Book of Eclipse, you contribute their monster by targeting it and then special summon a ninja monster. You can also equip this to one of your opponent's monsters, Iron Digger, and then it becomes the ninja monster, so you contribute it, which is kind of neat as well. Just really, really nice utility there. The other really, really broken ninjutsu spell trap card is one that came out, I think, 10 years ago in the initial wave of new ninja support. Ninjutsu Art of Duplication. This is a continuous trap card. Activate by tributing one ninja monster as a cost. Special summon any number of ninja monsters from your deck and face down defense mode or face-up attack position with combined levels equal to or less than that of the tribute monster. So if you have something like a Geo, you tribute it, you can summon up to level 8. So you can summon like Hanzo and a bunch of your little weenie ninjas and get all of their effects, which is really, really busted. This is definitely one of your go-to trap cards if you can set it on turn 1, if you have access to something like a Ninja Grandmaster Saizo, or if you're able to activate Ninjutsu Notebook, because that instantly summons a bunch of your little ones. So like Tabari, you can use the quick effect during their main phase to fusion summon, so you're able to go into your fusion plays, banish something with this new guy, or add something back with Baku, and it's just endless resources, so it's really, really cool. So that's about it for the main deck. In the side deck, you're just playing more Mystials for Tier Limits Hate. Book of Eclipse, this is a really good card against Kashtira because obviously when they start locking your board and then Shangri-La can't be destroyed by card effects or by battle, you can just book it to turn off that locking effect. And especially in this deck, you want a lot of things face down. You can protect your own effects. You can, again, you contribute your own guys for the fusions face down. Being able to tribute their face down monsters with Art of the Dancing Leaves is really, really interesting as well. So this is a good interruption. I might even consider Book of Moon. I think that's another good one too. So Book of Eclipse is really, really nice here. Cosmic Cyclone, just back removal. One thing I noticed about this deck is that Zombie World actually destroys this deck because all these fusions require 2 ninja monsters with different types. So if someone plays Zombie World and all of your guys are zombies, you're kind of in a bad spot because you cannot fusion summon. So we definitely need some back row hate there. Dark Ruler no more, just getting rid of some sprite stuff and then other, big boards in the metagame. And evenly matched, I think, is a good option to remove some of the big boards and then start comboing off with your ninja effects. And then our fusion monsters. So there's Maizen, the Battle Ninja. This is a newer one that came out recently. Level 6 Warrior, 2500 attack. 2 ninja monsters of different types. Must be fusion summoned or special summoned from your extra deck by tributing the above cards you control. So 2 ninja monsters of different types. And you can tribute face down as well. The continuous effect is your ninja monsters can attack directly, which is very nice for time. You just swing for massive damage. And then the other effect that's really, really nice is while you control a face-down defense mode monster, your opponent's monsters cannot target this card for attacks. And then when your opponent activates a card or quick effect, you can special summon 1 ninja monster from your deck in face-down defense mode or face-up defense mode. And it's hard once per turn. So it's really nice. Basically, whenever your opponent does something, you can special summon any ninja from your deck. But I think the only card that this kind of loses to is Dark Ruler, obviously, because you can't respond. But anything else in the game, any card effect, you can respond to special summon any ninja from your deck. So this is kind of your go-to on turn 1 because it facilitates the opening to the rest of your ninja engine. And then the new one we're getting is Yagamaru, the Armored Ninja. This is a level 5 machine fusion with 2000 attack, 2 ninja monsters with different names. Same thing, you can tribute to special summon it. And then if this card is special summon or flip face up, you can banish 1 ninja or ninjutsu art card from your hand, graveyard, or face up field, except itself, then target 1 card on the field, banish it. So this is really nice on your opponent's turn. If you can somehow get the Tabari Sky Ninja online, you can special summon Yagura Maru to banish something. So it's really nice, quick effect to banish something during your opponent's turn. Really nice removal there. Playing Asa and Dark just because we have some access, and there's a lot of free space in this extra deck, so I just find these cards are decent. Being able to special summon another Fenrir on the opposing side of the field is nice. Cross Shape is really nice because you're special summoning fusion monsters, and then you're able to resurrect back a Hanzo and then search another copy of Ninja from your deck. Hanzo is a node card, so it's not once per turn. You can abuse this as many times as you want on your turn, so it's really, really nice combo there with Cross Shape and then easy access to the fusions. 2 Ninja Grandmaster Saizo. This is the Link 2 Ninja that allows you to set 1 ninjutsu spiral trap directly from your deck during the main phase. And then it requires 2 ninja monsters. So it's really, really nice. On your turn, you can set traps, or you can set a copy of Ninjutsu Art Notebook of Mystery. You can't activate it if you set it because it's a quick play. It's just like traps. But it's really nice to just get your combo started. Because again, this is a quick play, so you can special summon ninjas on your opponent's side of the field. On your opponent's turn to your side of the field during their main phase. So it's really, really nice there. A lot of recursion. 1 Sprite Elf, just because we have Mitsu, so it's just like, another generic Link. Underworld Goddess, same kind of deal. Generic Link. We're playing 1 Wallow, because for the Bystials, as well as Maizen being level 6, so you could use that with the Bystial to make a Wallow, and then 1 number 41 Baguska, just because he does come up against non-tier decks. Alrighty, so I'm going to show you guys a quick little combo here with Tabari the Sky Ninja and Ninja Grandmaster Hanzo. You can instantly use the effect of Tabari the Sky Ninja, discard it for cost, and then we can special summon Hanzo from our hand in face-up defense mode. When Hanzo special summon, we get to trigger the effect. So we can use the effect to add a copy of a ninja monster from our deck to their hand. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And from here, we have a plethora of options. We can add Baku, to add back to Tabari. But one play that I really like to do is add Kagaro, the Cannon Ninja. And because we haven't normal summoned, we can instantly normal summon this. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys a quick little combo here with Ninja Grandmaster Hanzo and Tabari the Sky Ninja. You use the effect of Tabari, discard itself for cost, special summon the Ninja Grandmaster Hanzo in defense mode, face up. Use the effect to add a ninja monster since it was special summoned. From here, we have a plethora of options. You know, there's something like Baku or Mitsu the Insect Ninja. But one thing I really like to do is summon out Kagero the Ken Ninja, so we're going to add that to our hand. Since we haven't normal yet, we can normal that. Use the effect to resurrect the Tabari in face down defense mode. And then from there, we can actually tribute off the Hanzo and the Kagero into Ninja Maizen, the Battle Ninja. And then we can, you know, pass our turn if we don't have any other extenders. So on our opponent's turn, obviously the first thing that they do, we can respond with Maizen. And then here's where your options kind of start opening up. So if you're playing against like a Cashier deck, one cool thing you can do is special summon out the Geo, the Rock Ninja, the Weighted Ninja. You can use the effect to book his first monster that he special summons. So hopefully that just forces them to pass, because you book the monster and they can't normal summon again. The other thing you can do is special summon out a copy of Mitsu. So Mitsu has the onboard effect where you can, when they use a monster effect, you can target one face down monster you control, flip it up to face up defense mode, and then you can negate that monster effect. And then because Tabari's face up, you can use the quick effect to fusion. So you can actually fusion these ones off into a copy of Yagura. So then you have another effect to banish a card by banishing a ninja from your graveyard, which really matters because it does come up when you have the equipped spell. You want to have something that you can resurrect that has a good ability. So I typically like to either banish Hanzo or Kagero, because when Kagero is special summoned, you can actually special summon another ninja from your graveyard. So it's kind of nice there. So that's another option. And then the other option that you can also special summon out is, well, you have a bunch of ninjas, so it really depends on what your opponent does, right? Another option you can do is actually special summon another copy of Tabaru, which allows you to activate his on-board fusion effect. And the nice thing about Tabari is that you cannot destroy it by card effects or by battle during the turn special summon. So a lot of players might forget that. They might just try to swing into it. But this being on your table during the main or the battle phase, you can fusion summon. So just like the play that we just did, we can use these two to fusion summon into a copy of Yagura to banish a card. And the other thing that's really, really cool is when you have a face-down defense mode position monster on the field, your opponent actually cannot target Maizen for attacks, so that's something that they might forget as well. And yeah, it's basically like, you know, you get to do a plethora of plays. Let's say that we happen to do this play where we had Mitsu the Ninja, and then on your following turn, that just really opens up your entire deck because you have a bunch of ninjas, you have access to your entire engine. So if we did this, you know, for example, we were able to make a Yagura banish something, we had Kagero banished, and then on your following turn, you can do some other plays, you know, you draw for turn. Even if your opponent, obviously you can start playing and then hopefully your opponent use something, you can use Maizen to special summon another ninja, which usually just ends the game on the spot. But even if you couldn't do that, there are other effects that you could do as well. You know, you could even link these two off into a Saizo, and then Saizo would allow you to continue your play. So you can either set a copy of the Iron Digger, or you can set a copy of the Notebook for the follow-up, because on their turn you can obviously use this to special summon coming back. And one thing to note with this card is that these cards, when they're tribute summoned, like using the tribute method, they're not actually fusion summoned, so you cannot set them from your graveyard. You cannot set the fusion monsters. But if you did use Tabari, it's a legitimate fusion summon, so you can actually set the monster that you fusion summoned. In our case, we can actually set Yagura, and if we have a way to flip it up, for example, with another Mitsu, we can trigger the effect again. So that's just something to keep note of. If you have another ninja extender from here, you can obviously get this in the graveyard. Or if we don't, we can just banish. You can use the effect to banish to pop itself. And then because it's sent to the graveyard, we can use the effect to special summon. In this case, I'm going to target the Grandmaster Hanzo because Kagero would summon it in face-down defense mode, but we want to extend our plays. We haven't normal, right? So we can just use the effect of Hanzo to add another copy of a ninja and then continue to do our plays. But it cannot add itself, which is kind of annoying. Although we can add a copy of Baku. So Baku is added off the effect, it triggers, it special summons itself, and then the effect targets a ninja card in your graveyard to add it back to your hand. So it doesn't really, well, we could just do Mitsu to set up for the following turn. You could also do Tabari if you want to do a fusion play. You can just use this as an extender, special summon this out. So we have Mitsu on the table, and then we can do some more plays. We can go to another Myzen if we want. So just go into another Myzen here. On our opponent's following turn, we get a special summon again when they try to play. And then we have a Insect Ninja live if we summon something in face on defense mode. For example, like a Geo. And then when you negate a monster effect, you can use this effect. Obviously, it turns up the Geo. And then Geo's effect will allow you to book something as well. So it kind of disrupts your plays. So it's really just like a controlled deck. There are a lot of cool little plays here that you can do just by using the cards to their maximum potential. But let me know what you guys think about the deck. If you guys have any other cool combos, I've really only spent, a couple hours testing with this deck, so I don't exactly know if there are any crazy hidden combos. Definitely let me know if there are. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.